Hi there, this is Rob, and this is the 2-minute overnight overview for Thursday. I have some research to discuss tonight that relates to employment days, but first, a quick review of last night. Here's a screenshot of the odds sheet from Wednesday afternoon. Not much to say here. A quick glance gives you all you need to know. The averages column had nothing showing up in either green or orange, meaning the minimum criteria for both longs and shorts was not being met. The percent profitable column came in between 50.3% and 54.7% for all of the indices, and profit factor was between 0.97 and 1.2. That's a tight range all around, with odds that are just barely above break even. The edge finder also showed nothing substantial triggering, so the decision not to trade was an easy one for me. Let's take a quick look to see how the night played out. After closing at 1408.25, there was a lot of back and forth during the overnight. In the end, ES opened lower by 1 3/4 points. The biggest factor in tonight's overnight performance is not likely to be related to today's price action, but rather tomorrow's employment report, which comes out about an hour before the market opens. So I ran a few studies tonight and came up with this little spreadsheet that I want to show everyone. What I did here was look at the size of the average gap up and the average gap down on employment days. And then for comparative purposes, I ran the same test on all days that were not employment days. By doing this, I was able to measure the increase in volatility that the employment report has on the opening gap. We see here that gaps up increased in size from just under 4 points to a little over 6 points, a 59% increase. And gaps down were a little larger, but the impact was very similar. Rather than gapping down 4.3 points on average, employment days saw gaps down of 6.6 points on average, a 53% increase in size. Overnight traders need to keep this in mind. Risks are substantially higher on employment days. Of course, potential reward is also if you happen to be right. If you use stops and targets, you may want to consider adjusting the size of them. You may also need to consider making an adjustment to your position size. So if you trade tonight, keep these things in mind. Thanks for listening and rest easy.